Here are the answers to the warm-ups on April 28th. So write the quadratic equation from the table. Again, because the table is going up by 1 on the x, for the x value, it's fairly simple to write the equation. First step is to figure out how much it's changing by. So the first difference here, it goes up by 6, and then here it goes up by 8, and here it goes up by 10, and your second difference, this goes up by 2, and this goes up by 2. All right, so next thing is I want the equation written in the standard form. So y equals how many x squareds plus how many x's plus your y-intercept. And the value of a is already pretty much found. The second difference that shows you it's quadratic, because it's the same, you take half of that, and half of 2 is 1. So y equals 1x squared. And I also gave you the y-intercept, which is -2. So now I have y equals 1x squared plus bx minus 2. And then I have to use a little bit of algebra to find the value of b. So I take one of the coordinates that does not have 0 as the x value, and I substitute it in. So x becomes 1, and y is going to be 4. So let's change this to a 4. And now I keep solving. So I'll zoom in a little bit here. 1 squared is 1 times 1 is 1. B times 1 is, well, that's 1b minus 2, and it has to equal 4. 1 plus what minus 2 is 4. Let's combine like terms. 1 minus 2 is -1, so 4 equals b minus 1, and then add 1 to both sides, and b is going to be 5. So my equation that I think is correct, as I zoom back out, is going to be y equals 1x squared. B was 5, so plus 5b, or sorry, 5x, and then minus 2 for the y-intercept. And to see if this is the correct equation, I take another coordinate and I test it. So if I make every x 2, will the answer for y give me 12? Well, 2 squared is 4 times 1 is 4. 5 times 2 is 10, minus 2. 4 plus 10 is 14, minus 2, sure enough, gives me 12. Number 2 is asking for the linear equation. So here, the first difference is going to be the same. It goes down by 3, down by 3, down by 3, down by 3. That's what makes it linear. And the form of a linear equation, y equals m times x plus b, where the value of m is that first difference, the pattern. So I go y equals -3x, and the y-intercept was given to you. So -3x plus 5. And just like the quadratic one, we can check this answer. Let's see if x is 1, the answer for y had better be 2. -3 times 1 plus 5 is +2. So I have the correct linear equation. And the last one, this is similar to yesterday's problem, but made it a little harder, and you're going to see why. If the area of a circle is 32 pi, what is the diameter of the circle? So the formula for the area of a circle is radius times pi. And I told you part of the value. I said, well, 32 times pi, which implies radius times radius has to give you 32. Yesterday, we had the number of 36, so it was easy. 6 times 6 was 36. But what times what is 32, and it has to be the same number? Well, not really sure, because it's irrational. So what we want to do is realize that we're doing 32 has to equal radius squared, because this is radius squared. So you do the square root of both sides. So the radius, the square root and the square cancel each other out. The radius is simply the square root of 32. And yes, the square root of 32 is irrational if you want to have an approximation for it. Looks like it's about 5.65 or so. It does go on forever, right? It goes as long as the calculator does. And that would be your radius. Now your diameter, of course, is twice that. So instead of using this number, which obviously, again, we can't really do because it goes on forever, we're going to keep the square root value, the radical sign, and I am going to double this. Now, some students, and this is really the point of the problem, some students who try and double this would say, oh, well, that must be the square root of 64, right? Well, that's not how it works. You don't just double the number on the inside. And I can actually show you why. If I take the square root of 32, which is, again, about this, and I just go times 2, I get a right around 11.3. Well, is the square root of 64 right around 11.3? No, it's 8. So that shows you why you can't just double this number. So the correct way to do it is actually take the square root of 32 and just multiply it by 2. That's what it means to multiply. This is the same thing as saying 2 times the square root of 32. But if you want to write the entire answer as a radical, the next thing you can do is write 2 as a square root. Well, the square root of 2, or I should say square root of 2, but 2 can be written as a square root as writing the square root of 4. So the square root of 4 is the same thing as the value of 2 times the square root of 32. So this is the same as that, which is the same as this. And now I can work with this. Because they are both inside the radical, now I am allowed to multiply those numbers together. So I'm just going to take 32 times 4, and I get 128. That means the square root of 4 times the square root of 32 is the square root of 128. So this is one way to write the diameter of this circle. One last thing, I did show you that when I doubled the square root of 32, I got 11.3 something. So what I'm going to do is clear this, and now I'm going to type in the square root of 128. So the square root of 128, and see how I got the same thing? So I was able to solve this by just working with the radicals as well.